The Baillieu government's hoping to solve its economic woes by creating a mining boom in Victoria. The coalition announced this week it will approve more brown coal to be mined and allow it to be sold overseas. At the same time, the government's under pressure from some of its own to stop coal seam gas exploration in South Gippsland, as James Bennett reports.
This week, the state government announced plans to make Victoria a resources state.
We have got more energy in our brown coal than exists on the entire northwest shelf of Australia. We are really the energy hub of the country.
Only that was the last government's plan too.
It'll be a fantastic boon for the Latrobe Valley, and what we're seeking now is the tenders to extract the best possible value we can.
Not only has nothing happened in the ensuing decade, but already another part of the government's mining master plan is facing opposition from within. This was Speaker and Bass Liberal MP Ken Smith on ABC Radio yesterday, talking about coal and coal seam gas exploration licences being offered in his Gippsland electorate.
The last thing that we need to have now is people exploring the countryside from the shoreline up into the hills, looking to dig the place up. We don't want it. We don't need it.
His party disagrees. In a week where Ted Baillieu steadfastly refused to reveal how much the state is paying to prop up the ailing auto industry, the appeal of resource riches is easy to grasp.
The Baillieu government is committed to making sure that Victoria's world-class resources of brown coal can continue to be used in the future to drive our economy.
The billions of tonnes of coal soon to go to tender and the contentious exploration licences are separate issues, but create the same problem for the government. The Bass Coast Council is opposing an application by Leichhardt Resources to explore for coal and coal seam gas in the region. On Wednesday night, the council, which includes another former Liberal MP, Ross Smith, voted unanimously against it.
We resolved to lodge a submission expressing our concern at the impact that such exploration could have on agricultural land, groundwater, our environmental values and also the tourism values of our area.
Mining more of the most carbon-intensive coal has provoked outrage from the Greens, who've vowed to explore ways to block it federally.
Ted Baillieu is actually setting Victoria back and undermining Victoria's competitiveness in a nation that needs to transform to a low-carbon economy.
Ignite Energy, which works in partnership with Yallourn-based electricity generator True Energy, is one of the companies which has developed a coal drying method capable of turning the raw brown coal into high-quality coking coal for use in steel mills, as well as oil and even fertiliser. Executive John White doesn't hold back on his vision of the future.
It will lead to many billions of dollars being invested by companies from all around the world. It will lead to thousands, tens of thousands of jobs and very high-tech, very clean, very good jobs, create massive export potential for these valuable products.
But Victorians have heard that before.
The exogen technology is a chemical reaction where we do what nature does to the coal over 1 million years. We process the coal chemically and transform it towards black coal in a matter of minutes.
In 2009, the Brumby government, in which Tim Pallas was Infrastructure Minister, considered and then rejected plans from coal consortium Exogen to mine, dry and export brown coal.
The plans did not demonstrate that they were commercially viable. They did not then, and they still don't.
Brown coal's biggest drawback is its biggest component, water.
That's how it comes out of the coal. You can feel it's quite wet. It doesn't look like it's 60% water, but it is.
What no one has yet done on a commercial scale is figure out how to dry it out so it can be shipped economically and without spontaneously combusting as it rapidly oxidises.
Well, there's a number of processes that have been developed for turning the coal into a dewatered product. Some of them have been demonstrated on a pilot scale. Of course, nothing's been done on a commercial scale, so in that sense the proof is yet to be seen.
The industry says that's because without guaranteed supplies of coal to mine, they haven't been able to finance development of bigger scale models.
There are a number of companies currently going into joint venture or partnership with the existing coal mines and trialling their technologies as well. But to move to that next step of demonstration, access to a substantial resource is required.
On that point, the opposition is cautious, urging the government to be wary of an industry keen to take advantage of Spring Street's appetite for resource jobs.
The last thing the state of Victoria wants to be doing is handing over mining rights and effectively assets for the purposes of on-selling without Victorians getting any value for it.
Even the most upbeat concede the next lot of manufacturing workers unfortunate enough to find themselves out of work won't be going straight to work in a new Victorian resources industry.
Look, I think it's premature to talk about big numbers and big potential until we progressively prove up each conversion technology, and that could take 3, 5, 8 years. But the demand from China and India is huge. They're talking about doubling their fuel energy demand. We could easily be supplying 100 million tonnes of high-value energy products.